Hey guys, what's going on? You're watching TbonesTech, and in this video, we are going to do a review over the brand new Canon T7i. Now, this is an exceptional camera for a fantastic price. I picked up this Canon T7i body with the kit 18 to 55mm f4 to f5.6 lens for only $900 on Amazon. However, now, less than a month later, you can actually pick up this camera with that lens for only $850. And if you're looking at getting the body only, you can actually pick up the body only of the Canon T7i for $700 even. So for current pricing and availability, I am going to a link in the description down below to Amazon if you guys want to check that out. I definitely recommend checking it out on Amazon because that's where you're going to save the most money. I've had this camera for just about a month before making this review, and I actually just got back from LA, and I did use this Canon T7i as my primary camera. So now that I've had some serious time using the Canon T7i, I feel like I can actually create a meaningful review. Unlike those other YouTubers who create a review after only having the camera for about 2 days, I think you guys know exactly who I'm talking about. The T7i has a 24 megapixel APS-C size sensor, and this is the exact same sensor that is found in the Canon 80D. And this is actually a much better sensor than is found in a Canon 7D Mark II. It also features Canon's most up-to-date Digic 7 image processor, which is going to cut down on noise and give you much better low light performance by increasing the max ISO while reducing noise. This camera is going to be great for sports because it has a 45-point autofocus system, which is going to help you nail that critical focus on your subjects even while they're moving. And now it can shoot 7 frames per second, and that's going to sound just like this. So this is an extremely fast camera with extremely fast autofocusing, and it's actually going to be very great for sports. Out of the thousands of pictures that I've taken with this camera, only a couple of them were actually blurry. The Canon T7i is equipped with Canon's dual pixel AF, and that's an amazing feature that's going to help you take professional video with the T7i. Canon's dual pixel AF will allow you to touch anywhere on the touchscreen, and it's going to focus on whatever you touch. So that's really good for pulling focuses from foregrounds to subjects. You can shoot this camera from ISO 100 all the way to ISO 25,600. Now, to get the cleanest possible pictures, I would say I would try to shoot this camera at ISO 6400 and lower, but you definitely can get usable images with those even higher ISOs. But again, overall, this camera has extremely good ISO performance. That's going to be great for low light shooting. The T7i comes with Bluetooth always on, and that is extremely awesome if you want to connect your smartphone to your camera. Always on Bluetooth means I can just simply go to my app instantly and start transferring the files from my camera to my phone without having to worry about setting up the network every single time. It'll also allow me to use my smartphone as a remote for this camera. So if you download Canon's Camera Connect app, your phone can actually become its own wireless LCD display and remote for your Canon T7i. And that's absolutely fantastic. From the app, you can control your shutter speed, your ISO, and your aperture, and a lot of other settings. This camera has a very amazing variable angle 3-inch display. Now, this display is going to allow you to fold your display in to keep your LCD screen protected when you're not using it. It's also going to allow you to flip it out and tilt it towards yourself if you want to record a video of yourself or if you're into vlogging. And it's also going to allow you to get those high up shots over crowds where you can put the camera way above your head and you can look at the LCD display and see what you're taking pictures of. The quality of this display is absolutely fantastic, and it is also a touchscreen. And my favorite reason for having a touchscreen on the back of my DSLR is I can easily go in and check my key focus. So by giving my touchscreen a double tap here, it's going to zoom in all the way completely, and that's going to show me if my subject is in focus or isn't in focus almost instantly, and that really helps my productivity. The T7i is going to be great for amateur photographers. You have these really awesome modes, and as you guys can see, when you change the mode, you can actually see what your subjects are going to look like. So what you do is you just go through the modes and basically take what picture that you want to take and then just line it up with the different pictures on here, and it's going to help you get the best possible images. And this is really going to help people who don't fully understand all of the elements of photography. So we're going to put the camera in sports mode right here. Now, once you're in sports mode, you might take a picture and then look down at the screen and you're like, oh, that's a little bit too dark. What you can do from there is you can just go over here and hit the brightness, and you can actually make your picture brighter or darker by a stop. So the camera is going to control all of this. All you do is basically say, hey, I want this to be a little bit brighter, and then you take another picture, and then as you guys can see, the picture is definitely much brighter. So if you're new to photography and don't want to learn all the different elements but still want to be able to take great pictures, this is definitely the camera for you. Something really cool about the T7i is we now can record 1080p at full 60 frames per second. Now if you guys want to see my video on how to shoot professional video with the T7i, I'm going to have a link in the description down below. Just click the link in the description down below and it'll take you to that direct video. Taking a look at the side of the camera, we can see our wired shutter release. We can see our microphone in port here on the bottom. We can see our USB connector, and then down below is going to be your HDMI out, and that's going to mirror this display to a monitor or any 1080p TV. You can also display your photos and videos to any monitor. Now taking a look at the other side of the Canon T7i, we can see our SD card slot, and it is indeed here on the side, and that's exactly where this SD card belongs, so it's easy to access when your camera is on the tripod. Now the cheaper Rebel cameras like the Canon Rebel T5 and the T6 actually have the SD card down below where the battery is. The T7i has an infinity mode dial, which means that you can just keep spinning it around and there's actually no end to the dial, which is so much better than not having an infinity mode dial. The buttons on the back are not the most satisfying buttons to press in. They're pretty flat and they're hard to identify when looking down the viewfinder sometimes. However, they of course get the job done. And this camera unfortunately does not have an aperture wheel, so if you want to change the aperture while looking down the viewfinder, you're going to have to press down on the AV button while scrolling with the shutter speed wheel. Overall, this is a fantastic camera and I definitely recommend picking it up. It has an amazing autofocusing system, it has an amazing image processor, and an amazing sensor. Add all those together and you end up with an absolutely fantastic camera for a great price. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, definitely make sure to hit that like button down below as always, and of course make sure to subscribe to this channel, and then you'll be notified when I release new videos just like this one to my YouTube channel. Again, thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will catch you all in the next one.